History lost, decks past, but in this series, we revisit older decks to see if they can be brought back to the forefront of the meta. We'll break down what made these decks great, what no longer holds up, and how modern builds can give them new life. By exploring different variants and tech choices, we'll tune each deck to fit different playstyles. Let's see if these classics still have what it takes for meta teching. What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you meta teching with Thunder Dragon. Given the whole friggin' thing with Blitzkrieg coming up, I want to go through and look at some of my old favorite archetypes I like to play. Thunder Dragon, while not one of the older ones, it is still really fun to play from the 2018-2019 range. It was really good during the COVID era and was still a formidable threat. Now that Colossus is unlimited, this deck has a lot of capability of really just establishing board lock and preventing your opponent from searching. However, it still does fail at dealing with multiple points of interaction or board breaking capabilities. This deck is really fun to play, especially for Genesis if you're looking for a lot more of a smaller package to where you usually don't get to really run Colossus in Genesis. While this deck does pack quite a punch and is one of the main decks from the TOS format, it is still one of the better and more fun decks in my opinion, since it is chaos based. Just as a quick deck overview here real quick, I am playing 3 Aloof Lupine. When this card is normal summon, you can banish 1 monster from your hand and then banish 1 monster from your deck with the same type as that monster. If this card is destroyed by battle or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one of your banished monsters added to your hand. So that helps as well, to where if you get effect failure or whatever, you still do have to banish for cost from hand. The one from deck is not, but either way, you still can trigger off your Thunder Dragon, such as Thunder Dragon Roar, where if this card is banished or sent to the graveyard from field, you can special summon 1 Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense position, or you can discard this card and add one of your Thunder Dragon cards that is banished during your graveyard to your hand, such as Thunder Dragon Fusion. Thunder Dragon Dark is a really good card because you can discard this card, add 1 Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand except Thunder Dragon Dark. You can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Dark effect per turn. The other thing is Thunder Dragon, you know the normal thing. Discard this card, add up to 2 Thunder Dragon from your deck to your hand. So you can discard 1, add 1, discard 1, add 1. The other thing is we're playing cards such as Chaos Creator and Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. This way we're making most of our light and dark packages from being able to either pop, shuffle, or shuffle a card. Sorry, it's not going to work with me. With Legionnaire, or you have the option with Chaos Creator to where you can target 3 monsters with different names, special summon one of them, place the rest on the bottom of the deck that are banished. The other ones for the Thunder Dragons are Thunder Dragon Hawk, where you can discard it, revive 1 from banish or graveyard, or if it's sent from field to graveyard, you can then shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck and draw the same amount. Then you also have Thunder Dragon Matrix, where you can discard this card, then target 1 Thunder monster you control against 500 attack. If this card is banished or sent from field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand, making it a searchable attack boost, but it also works really well in combination with Titan, which allows you to pop a card on the field. Because when a Thunder monster's effect is activated in hand, even during the damage step quick effect, you can destroy 1 card in the field. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard instead. Once again, giving you extra access, but Allure Darkness being able to give you free draw 2 and trigger a Thunder Dragon Dark or Thunder Dragon Roar effect can help out greatly as well. You also play Instant Fusion or Ready Fusion to allow you to get out Kaminari attacks, so you can tribute it off for Thunder Dragon Colossus or for Titan as well. The Gold Sarcophagus is just our generic way of being able to add a banished one from our deck to our hand after 2 standby phases, but the other good thing about this is, since all our Thunder Dragons trigger if they're banished, this gives us further access to other plays. Thunder Dragon Fusion lets us recycle our materials by shuffling them back into the deck for the Fusion summon, and during the main phase, except this turn was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Thunder Dragon card or Thunder monster from your deck to your hand, which can help further your plays. While this deck is really great, it does give you a lot of accessibility to play other cards such as Zombie Stein, Hope Harbinger by using 2 Colossus. You can also use the Dark Charmer, IP and SP, Lina. The one that I like using for the pure build is some Summer Summoner. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, discard one card, target one thunder monster in your graveyard, except a link monster, special summon to a zone this card points to, so allowing you to revive back the Colossus if you had sent to the graveyard. And then there's Thunder Dragon, Thunderstorm Mech, which is 2+ thunder monsters during your main phase. If you control this link summon card, you can target one of your Thunder Dragon monsters as banisher in your graveyard. Apply that monster's effect that discards itself to activate, then place that monster on top or bottom of the deck. So giving you further recycling, it's a 2800. And basically, if a thunder monster you control will be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish 3 cards from your graveyard instead, giving you further access. While this card is not really played in Thunder Dragon because the cost is too high and the effect is not that great, it can still give you further access to other things. And then finally, Thunder Dragon Duo. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be first special summoned by banishing 1 light and 1 dark monster from your graveyard. Once per turn, if a monster effect is activated in the hand, this card gains 300 attack until the end of this turn. When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, you can banish 1 card from your graveyard, add 1 thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target 1 of your banished cards placed on top or bottom of the deck. So this helps get more recycling, but also gives you further access to a 2800 body, allowing you to trigger off your Thunder Dragon effects. Anyways, that's all I got for the main build. Let's go ahead and hop into some of our other builds that we're going to be looking at, so we can see if we can get this fun roguish style deck up in power level. The first deck I want to take a look at is Thunder Dragon Dino. This deck was a formidable opponent, especially for most decks during the TOS format when Colossus was banned or limited, but it also gave people with less access to the Thunder Dragon deck another deck to play, as it incorporated the fun cards of dinosaurs and Thunder Dragons to get you into your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, while also giving you further plays overall. What I've done here is basically incorporated 3 Soul-Eating Oviraptor, 1 Giant Rex, 3 Amadorn Archosaur, 2 Double Evolution Pill, and 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, along with 1 Overtext Quatless and 1 Miscellaneousaurus into our deck. So we have a functioning Dino deck with a small Thunder Dragon engine that basically allows us to get into being able to OTK on our opponent during our next turn. But the other thing is the Thunder Dragons allow us further interaction, whether it be through Titan or Colossus, to set up blockers for our opponent to really deal with, from Titan's Interactable Pop to Colossus's Cannot Search capabilities. You also have access with Logia and Dolka for effect negation. Given the amount of level 5s you're playing with Thunder Dragons, you can play the 1K9 Ripper and utilize them for other bodies as well. But the other thing that I will note here is that Soul-Eating Oviraptor and Overtext Quatless also give us further access into other things, because shuffling 5 of your banished dinosaur monsters into the main deck, you can special summon Overtext Quatless. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card quick effect, you can destroy 1 dinosaur monster on your field or in your hand, such as Baby Ceratosaurus, and if you do, negate the activation. This gives you a free body to summon a dinosaur, which can then be used to go into a link or into your small extra deck dinosaur package, or giving you extra fodder for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Since you do like to banish a lot and work with other things, this deck can often work with other decks as well. So you don't have to just be Thunder Dragon Dino. It could be Thunder Dragon with something else, or it could be Dino with something else. You could play them both pure as well. These decks work very well together and very well as their own separate decks. They're very fun to play and nonetheless are very interesting. For those that don't know what Ultimate Conductor Tyranno does, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned by banishing 2 dinosaur monsters from your graveyard. Once returned during the main phase, quick effect, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field, and if you do, change all face up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks in a defense position monster, you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. And if you do, send that defense position monster to the graveyard, making it incredibly hard for your opponent to really trigger effects on destruction, because it sends instead of destroys. And I know a lot of people are like, well, how do you get the Thunder Dragon
effects off? Well, that's with Double Evolution Pill, because you can banish one dinosaur monster and one non-dinosaur monster from your hand and or graveyard, especially one level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your hand or deck, ignoring summoning conditions. So if you get Thunder Dragon Roar or Dark into the graveyard, you can then use Ultimate Conductor Tyranno as the summonable monster off a Double Evolution Pill by banishing a Thunder Dragon and a dinosaur. So this helps you get more cards for your interactions, but also giving you further interactions for your actual deck, because you can also cut the Ready Fusion package or hand traps and run other cards that can best suit both packages. While this deck is really fun to play, I do recommend giving it a shot, because it does give you another chance to learn what both decks can do and also give you a bit of experience with mixing engines. It's a great starter deck nonetheless, and since it incorporates Earth, Light, and Dark, you have a lot of capability to see growth with this deck as well, because dinosaurs are one of the main archetypes that Konami likes to give support to from time to time. The other thing that I will note on this is that given that you're using a lot of Link 2, such as some Summoner, you can use a Thunder Dragon that you revive off of that as fodder for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to flip your opponent's monsters face down, but trigger their effect when they leave the field. So that can help as well, such as Dark getting to search another card, Dragon Roar to basically summon one from deck, Hawk to shuffle back. It can help out greatly from there. Miscellaneous Stegosaurus also makes it to where your opponent cannot interact with your actual dinosaurs, as they are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects during the main phase that you send this card from your hand to the graveyard. You can also banish it and any other number of dinosaur monsters from your graveyard to special summon dinosaur monster with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect, but destroy it during the end phase. So, either way, it's still a very fun deck to play, but also gives you a lot of leeway to go for that OTK and give you options for lockdown if you need to. Let's go ahead and hop right into our next deck profile for Thunder Dragons. All right, for those that actually like playing Thunder Dragon and want to play it at more of a meta level, you can pair it with K9. K9 gives you the access to go into those rank 5s a lot more, but it also doesn't stop you from playing your Thunder Dragon effects. While you can use the Thunder Dragons for either tributes or level 5 extenders through using of Jokel, you can also use the K9s as tribute fodder for them to allow you to go into your Thunder Dragons as well. You're being able to use the Allure of Darkness to send a Thunder Dragon at Roar or Dark to allow you to draw 2 cards, but it also allows you to basically interact with your opponent in a different way than most others. While K9 makes it to where you can play during your opponent's turn, you don't really have to worry about that any other time, because K9s also allow you to get access to the rank 5 package through K9 17 Ripper, which gives you further access and protection from the Nibiru. You also have Werewolf for Banish and Rip. You also have Nash Knight, which is a steal that allows you to go into C104 Umbral Horror Masquerade through Nash Knight. This basically makes it to where once returned during the player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, detach one Xyz material from this card, negate the activation, then you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, and if you do, have your opponent's life points. Makes it a lot harder for your opponent to really interact, as it's getting basically just negated and then they send one random card. So that cuts them down on interaction points. The other thing that I will state here is, since you're sending monsters for effect or detaching them for effect, you can trigger your Thunder Dragons as well in that regard, but it also fills up your graveyard for banishing for other effects. So you can run some cards like Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, Thunder Dragon Duo, or Duo Thunder Dragon. I forget which one it is. But either way, you have access to run other cards such as that and Chaos Armageddon Dragon, just to get extra banishing capabilities. The K9 cards also give you the access with Lantern to get spells and traps, Jokel to get other K9 monsters, Azuna to dump Lupus to allow you to Xyz during your opponent's turn, but also makes it to where that Xyz monster it gains the effect of your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, so it can make it a lot harder for your opponent to really interact because they have to deal with so much. So you're giving them to where, okay, if they interact with your Thunder Dragon stuff, you just basically get to pop off with your K9 stuff. So that helps out greatly as well. Even if you are trying to go into a Thunder Dragon monster, you don't have to go necessarily into Titan once you get it out, because you can go, if you've activated a Thunder Dragon effect in hand or a Thunder Monster effect in hand, you can use the level 5 Thunder Dragon that you summon off of Jokul to go into Colossus immediately. It gives you further access to do other plays. So there's a lot of different pathways in which this deck can grow, but also give you a more solid package on how to interact with your opponent. It also gives you great recurability through chaotic elements, being able to add a level 5 or higher monster, light or dark, pyro or aqua from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then if you have 3 or more pyro and or aqua monsters in your graveyard, you can destroy 1 card on the field. If your opponent controls a monster, light, dark, or pyro or aqua, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Target one monster opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. So if they try to K9 Jokul or anything like that during your turn by any way, shape, or means, you can use chaotic elements to steal it. The other one that you can do is Thunder Dragon Fusion, basically allowing you to shuffle back the resources for more level 5s to summon as well, which can help you out greatly in the long game, being able to recycle your resources to go into your Thunder Dragon plays and establish heavier monsters to attack with. But that's all that I have for this deck. On to our final deck, and I'll show you what I mean, as this deck is probably going to be the most fun and interesting out of all of them that I have for you guys today. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go right into our final deck, which is the Thunder Pile, is what I like to call it. This is basically where we're going to be using the base Thunder Dragon deck, but expanding upon it, being able to give us different routes into Synchro lines, an Xyz monster, a few Link lines, and fusions. This is basically where we're going to be using Aloof Lupine, Batteryman Solar, even Quick Draw Synchron, if you really wanted to, and I almost forgot to include him, apparently. So this is going to be a fun card nonetheless for you to run, because you can run Quick Draw Synchron into it to go ahead and basically allow you to get your cards into the graveyard to summon them off anyways. I'm going to stop this one. Anyways, guys, on to the last deck profile today. We have Thunder Pile. This deck is something that I customly came up with that's a lot of fun and is actually quite interesting, because you're using not just the Bestials, but you're using generic Chaos stuff, and you're using generic rank 5s as well to go into play, such as Quick Draw Synchron to discard your cards into the graveyard to give you capability to go into your Bestials, such as Magnemite, Druid's Worm, Baldrake, Sarnier, but also giving you access to Chaos Dragon Levianeer and Creator, and Chaos Emperor the Dragon of Armageddon. Outside of that, we also have extenders such as Chaos Valkyria and Galactic Spiral Dragon that allows you to level modulate your monster to level 8. But the other thing is you have the capability of using Aloof Lupine or Batteryman Solar to expand and extend your plays by either banishing cards or by sending cards from deck to graveyard, which can further help. The other thing is that you can also get to the point of where you can use the Lightsworn through Raiden as a level 4 tuner and taking a Bestial to go into your Chaos Angel, or you can take Raiden and Aloof Lupine, go into Chaos Archfiend for a level 8 Synchro, which can help beat over your opponent's monsters. The other capability that you can do is Bestial Disbatter, since you're using a level 4 tuner and another dragon that can get you into that. The other cards I would recommend here as well is, since you're running 3 tuning to search your Quick Draw, it gives you extra cards in the graveyard, but it also allows you to run Chaos Space, where you can send 1 light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard, add a light or dark monster that cannot be normal summon or set, such as Chaos Emperor the Dragon of Armageddon, but it also allows you to get further cards back, such as your Chaos Valkyria, as well, by targeting 1 of your banished light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summon or set, placed on the bottom of the card or bottom of the deck, and then draw 1. Charge Light Brigade searches your Raiden but mills 3. Instant Fusion gives us our Kaminari attack. Allure of Darkness is basically our draw 2, but triggers our Thunder Dragon, or Dark Thunder Dragon effects if we need to. And we have further capability through all this to go through Ultimaya to Zulkin using Quick Draw Synchron. Because if you use Quick Draw Synchron and a level 5 Thunder Dragon, you can go in Ultimaya to Zulkin, set a spell in the back row, and since they're all normal spells, you can activate after you set it, but you're going to be able to summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon off of that effect for another protection, making it even harder for your opponent to break your board. So basically, this deck turns it into, okay, let's see how many interactions we can set up, but also set up enough protection just to OTK our opponent on the crackback. The other thing I will state with the Instant Fusion, I'm also running one Millenniumize Restrict. This way I can target one monster opponent in our opponent's field or graveyard, equip that target to it. Monsters with the same original name as that equipped monster cannot attack. Also, their effects are negated. So it helps with stopping hand traps such as Ash Blossom, Nibiru, all that. But being able to set up a lot of interaction through Galactic Spiral Dragon to go into Hope Harbinger, Cross Sheep to revive backs, Baggerman Solar, SP Little Knight to basically banish and then interact with our opponent, or just banish itself as protection. There's a lot of capability there. The other card that I will mention is that we have one Branded Regained. If a light or dark monster is banished, you can target one of those monsters, place that monster on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw one card. You can only use this effect of Branded Regained once per turn. Once per turn, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, except during damage step, you can target one bestial monster in your graveyard, special summon it, so giving you access to revive your Magma or your Druid's Worm, which can be further interaction there as well. So, while this deck is a lot to understand, it does take a lot to really operate, but it is so much fun because you don't know what hand you're going to be opening up with first or next, because it is extremely interesting and a lot of fun to play. From whether you're going to have Bestials to Lightsworn capability to banishing off of Aloof Lupine or Thunder Dragons, you have the capability to make a very wide and very oppressive board, which can stop your opponent from doing a lot of stuff. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.